Villanova, they are the top team in the country. Baldwin, pull up three, count it! Paul Jorgensen, whoa, deep range! Oh my! LaVall Jordan is fired up in midcourt. Butler does it again! The players shake hands, and Butler has taken down the #1 team in the country.
Well, we are back, and we are excited as we continue on this Butler basketball preview show, talking with the head coach of the Butler men's basketball team, LaVall Jordan. And Coach, getting closer to the season and exciting times around the field house. As you look at this upcoming season, for folks who may not know some of the faces, you've got some different folks in there, and every team has a personality, and you're seeing that through practice. What would you say the personality of this team is, and how are they coming together?
That's a great question. Good to see you again, Mark. But that's a good question with this group. I think it's developing. That's something that kind of comes along as you go. The one compliment I can give this group is, they practice really hard. So we're about heading into about 10 or 11 days in, and they've consistently, we haven't had to coach them on effort. And that's a good thing. I think they're a group that likes each other and they're connected. So we'll see what kind of personality develops as we go on.
Kamar Baldwin made his Butler impression very quickly in his Butler career. Now as he comes back upperclassman this season, taking that next leap forward for your team.
Yeah, I think you've heard his voice a lot more in workouts and in practices down in the weight room. And so as a junior now and a second year with a new staff, he knows what we're looking for, he understands. And so now he and Nate and Paul and Sean and those guys that have been around, we're encouraging them to speak up and help the newer guys.
And when you talk about those newer guys, for folks who aren't as familiar, you do have some new additions to this year's team. Yeah,
no, excited about the new additions. Bryce Enzi's with us as a transfer from Wisconsin, Milwaukee, and so I've coached Bryce before, so familiar with him and excited about his future here. And Marquise Hastings and Bryce Golden are two freshmen that are both great kids first and foremost, great personalities in the locker room. Guys love them. They're getting along fine on campus, and then I love what they're going to add to the table on the court as well.
When you look at this upcoming season, non-conference, you've got a fair share of challenging games in there. It's going to be certainly a fun non-conference games for a lot of the Butler fans out there, and then of course going into Big East play. What do you see when you look at this year's schedule?
It's as usual. We're going to challenge ourselves in the non-conference. I love the way it sets up. We open here November 10th against Miami, Ohio, and I think that'll be a really good opener, a good team. We've got Ole Miss coming to town, so we've got a couple SEC non-con opponents. We go to Florida, right after Christmas and before Big East play starts on December 29th, and so looking forward to seeing us in those matchups. And then the big battle for Atlantis is a big deal over Thanksgiving. We open up with Dayton, and it's loaded up with high-level opponents. And then we'll play Indiana in the Crossroads, so that's always fun to go downtown and battle within the state. And so looking forward to testing it. Now, the Big East is the Big East. It's the best conference in America. And so I think those opportunities will prepare us. We'll learn a lot about ourselves throughout that time. And once we get to Big East play in January, I think that identity will show itself by then.
Well, you mentioned the Big East, and last year there was a lot made in the conference of the impact that the seniors had on a lot of different teams, not just on Butler's team. And this year, each team's reloading a little bit different, but you've still got some great competition in the conference, and a lot are saying that this is as wide open as it's been in the last few years.
No, I think, like I said, I think it's the best conference in America. If you look at the last 10 years, 5 times the Big East has played for a national title, and Nova's won it twice, and we were in it twice. And last year we had a couple #1 seeds coming out of the conference, and so the coaching, I think there's programs, basketball programs in the Big East that have sustained, and I think the guys that were struggling last year, the Pauls and St. John's, we know how talented they were. Now they're back and they have multiple years under their belts, ready to make a jump. And so it's young talent, but everybody's reloaded, and it's going to be it'll be a battle. I think there'll be parity, but it makes it fun for every fan. It makes it great for our guys to compete.
What's this been like for you? Last year when we were sitting down and having some of these conversations, a lot of stuff was going on. You know, back at Butler, named the head coach. You were taking a trip overseas, trying to get to know everybody. Now this year, you've had a year under your belt. Do you still come into Hinkle Fieldhouse and feel the same as you did last year?
Always. That feeling's always there. You can't walk into this place and not get goosebumps. You know, just thinking about some of the things that have happened here personally, or just that's gone on through Butler basketball. So always. I think you know, coming back this year was a new feeling for guys to know some of the drills and jump to it quicker, because we didn't, you know, have to introduce as much. So now a lot of ownership comes with that, from the, you know, in terms of the players themselves. Now doing the details with enthusiasm and making sure that we're not going through the motions, we're getting better, and that they're coaching the young guys like we talked about earlier. And so, and then us improving as a staff. I think that was a big focal point for our staff, is to just grow and go out and, you know, talk to others about things that they're doing, and for us to try to get better so we could be, you know, we can be the best team 121 we can all the way around.
And quickly, Coach, just to finish, I've seen some pictures. We've seen the guys in practice. They're on a good strength and conditioning program to start this year.
Yeah,
it's impressive.
That was a big addition. You talk about new guys, new faces. Matt Johnson was a key addition to the program. I think you know, the guys have bought into his program and strength and conditioning. He's got a great personality. He's meshed well, and he's working them like crazy so that they can prepare for the Big East, for the Big East Conference and beyond. And so they've made a real commitment to that. He's done a great job. I love what he brought to the table, and our guys are seeing some results. And so looking forward to continuing that and growing and building on it.
Sometimes you have to get in there and show them a few bench presses of your own.
Yeah, I don't do that as much. I leave that to Brandon Crone and Will. They get down. I'm trying to get Campin down there. Like he's I don't know if he's even seen the weight room in his 4 years here, so we're trying to at least introduce him to it.
Well, I didn't get asked to be the coach. That's okay, Coach. Yeah. Hey, always good to catch up with you. Good luck on the upcoming season. Thanks so much for joining us.
Hey, thanks a lot, Mark.
That's LaVall Jordan, head coach for the Butler men's basketball team. We'll continue with the preview show. Kirk Godlewski, the Butler women's basketball team, coming up next.